Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be solving the question node with maximum subtree sum. Now, what does that mean exactly? Say we have a generic tree right here, a tree with multiple children, more than two that is. In such case, a subtree sum, forget maximum for a moment, a subtree sum is simply the sum of all, like say we have to calculate the subtree sum for this node. Subtree sum would be the sum of all the subtrees of this particular node. One subtree could be this, one subtree could be this, and to that we add its own sum. That will be the subtree sum. For example, in this very case, we have minus 110. Its subtree sum would be minus 110 as it is the only node. Same goes for 120. These values will be returned, and 180. Sorry, and now we have minus 110. We have 10 with us. 10 plus this node gives us 90 as our subtree sum. A bigger example would be this node. For this node, we have this one subtree, the second subtree that we had just calculated. I'll just write its value here as 90 to save our time as we had calculated it. Then the third subtree is this one. So we calculate all the subtree sums. Here we get minus 70, here we get 90, here we get 90 again. So subtree sum at this particular node would be minus 70 plus 90, which is 20. 20 plus 90 is 110 plus 30, which is 140. This is the subtree sum found at this particular node. So what we have to do is to find the maximum subtree sum in this entire tree, which could be found at any node. We're supposed to print the sum, assuming that 140 is the highest subtree sum. To print the sum, and we have to print the node, which separated with an @ sign. That is supposed to be our output format. So the way we will solve this is by using a strategy that I would like to recall as travel and change. We travel through the entire tree. We travel, we go back, we travel, we go back. And while traveling, we will keep calculating and recalculating our values and updating them if our conditions are met. For example, when we are supposed to calculate the maximum of a generic tree, we traverse through this array. As soon as we find a node that is, well, the highest possible node that we found so far in terms of value, we update it. That's basically what we have to do, but the strategy is going to be a little different. In this case, we're going to calculate something, but return something else. For example, we're supposed to calculate the maximum subtree sum. Let's call it MSS, maximum subtree sum. But what we will be returning in this particular approach is the sum, is just simply the subtree sum. This is not a final answer. I mean, when we calculate all of this, the final answer will actually be the maximum subtree sum, which we'll have to handle separately. It can't be the subtree sum, which could be any value, whether it's highest or not. So how we're going to do this is we're going to take two different variables to store our maximum values in. One is, say, maximum sum, the other is maximum node. Now we travel, and mind you, the work will be done in post order fashion for this particular approach. So we travel to the left, Then so let me just yeah. Then we travel to the left. Then we go to the right. We travel to the left. Sorry. Now we calculate this particular subtree. Since it's a leaf, as I mentioned, the value will remain as it is. Then we go to the right subtree. The value stays as it is a leaf. Then we go to the root. At the root, we already have the subtree sums of all of its children. Children here being minus 50 and minus 60. We have minus 110 with us. To that we add 20. So we get a value of minus 90 as the subtree sum here. Of course, at each moment we'll be updating the maximum subtree sum. So in this case, it will be minus 50. And maximum node that it is found at is also minus 50. We go to minus 60. Since it's lower than minus 50, we don't update it. Same goes for minus 90. These are our values at the moment. Then we go back. We go to the next subtree. This one right here. Then we go left. We found out the value is minus 70 here. We go up. We go to the next subtree. We go to the left again for post order traversal. Minus 110. Then minus 120. Then we come back to the root after left and right subtree. We have the subtree sums here, which is sorry, it's just 120. Now that would make our subtree sum as 90. All the sum of subtree sums of all the children plus the current node. Then here, then we go up, we go to the right again, we have 90. We go up again, and our answer will be 140 as we had just calculated. Replacing 180 minus 70, 110 plus 30, that's 140. We go back up, we go to the next child to calculate its subtree sum. There is no left child, so we come back, go to the right child, it's minus 100. Then I'm sorry, I said left and right, that's the concept in binary tree, but this particular node has only one child, so we just go to it. We return the maximum subtree sum, add the current node, we get minus 60 here, then we go back up. Now minus 10 has its three children with their subtree sum values. Of course, I'm supposed to update the value at the same time, so let's not forget that. So first, while traversing, we encountered a value of minus 70. We don't do anything. Then minus 110, then 120. So the value will be changed from minus 50 to 120 when we reach there, and it is found at 120. Then we go to the root. The value is 90, no change. We go to the next child. It's 90, no change. Then we go to here. When we go to this particular node, the maximum subtree sum found on this node is actually 140. And the node that it is found at is 30. I'm sure that cleared a few things for you. Then we don't really find a higher subtree sum. We don't do anything. Then we go back up to the root to calculate its subtree sum. Its subtree sum would be minus 90 plus 140. That is, well, 50. 50 minus 60 is minus 10. Minus 10 plus 10 gives us 0. 0 is our subtree sum, and that is the value that will be returned finally. But this value is of no use to us. The value that is of use to us is maximum sum and the maximum node that we find it at. And that's what we will be printing at the end of the day. This is just for calculation purposes. Let's try to implement this approach now. First, we'll need a function, which let's call it maximum subtree sum. The type would be integers as we are returning the subtree sum of the node that we are passing. And that node, let's call it, well, node. We'll also need to call this function. Let's call MSS and pass our root here. And then finally, we also need two variables, which we talked about. Maximum sum, arbitrarily low value so that we can update it properly, and our maximum node, assuming that it is at the root or it's just 0. Now, um, we have these, and what we can do is we can, and of course, assuming that a function works properly, we're also expected to print these values. So print them. We have maximum sum, maximum node. Now coming to the function itself, the crux of this entire problem, we have a temporary sum. Let's say it's 0. This variable will basically store the sum of all the children. The children, they will get their subtree sums. This particular variable will add them up. For node child, in the list of children that we have, what we're going to do is that we are going to put a faith on our child, saying that why don't you go and calculate the maximum subtree sum for your own subtree. And once that is done, we will add it up. Since this particular variable, this particular function will return the subtree sum, we'll add it up and then finally add our own value to it, as we had discussed in the dry run. And once that is done, we have to check if the sum that we have calculated for this particular node is greater than the total sum that the maximum sum that we have encountered so far. We update the value. And we also update the node at which it is found, which is our current node. And we basically return our subtree sum. We don't return the maximum, we return the subtree sum. Let's see if this approach is functional or not. Node cannot be converted to integer, of course, because we are actually supposed to store our data, not the node itself. The answer seems to be wrong. Correct answer is 130. And okay, so we're supposed to print the node first and then the sum. So our logic seems to be correct. Just a bit of a technicality issue in the output format. And our answer seems to be accepting. Let's try to submit it and see if all the test cases are running properly or not. And they are. And that's basically how you solve this problem. Node with maximum subtree sum. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this content useful, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel.